Welcome back. So I'm going to tell you the materials we need for this tutorial. So I have with me here 1.5 inches belt and it's 3 inches in length. So this is also 1.5 inches belt and it's 50 inches long. So I have with me an adjuster. I also have zip head, 2 pieces. I also have with me a D-ring. We are making use of this particular D-ring. It's 1.5 inches in size. So this is for the handle. I have 3.25 inches here by 8 inches, one piece, but I will later cut it into two. So for the gusset, the upper gusset, I have 3 inches by 12.5 inches. That's what I'm using for the upper gusset, and I have lining for it. Then for the down gusset, I have also 3 inches by 13.5 inches, and I also have lining for it. This is the lining. So for the pockets, I have here the width 6.75 inches by 5. You can see it by 5 inches. So I have it with lining cut out. So the next now is the main body of the bag. I have here 6.75 inches by 8 inches. I have it 2 pieces cut out and also have 2 linings for it. So now we are going into sewing to shape the body of the bag. So we are going to shape the two bodies. You are the president. Okay, as you can see, I'm shaped the leather, but don't worry, I will explain everything for you. So first thing I did is to get the middle of the leather, the midpoint of the leather. So this is the midpoint. So from that midpoint, I took 1.5 inches on both sides, on the left and also on the right. Then you know that our leather is 8 inches, so I got the half of the height, which is 4 inches. So I'm marking the 4 inches now. So from the 4 inches, I just created a curve to meet my 1.5 inches. That's what I did here. So I'm going to cut that particular place out. Then the down part, I took 1 inch this way. I also took 1 inch this way. I also connected it as a curved line. You can see it there. That's how I got that shape there. So I'm going to cut the 2 places, trim it off. So now we fold it over this way. I will use it to shape the other side. So fold it over, arrange it very well. Make sure that you arrange it very well before you shape. So now I'm going to trace it. I will also trace it this way, then cut it off. Okay, now this is what I have. Now I'm going to use this to shape the second leather. I will just place it on it this way. Then I will arrange it very well and shape. So this is what I have now after shaping it. So now we are going to shape this leather for the handle, for the belt. So I'm taking 1/2 inch. I'm going to mark 1/2 inch here. I will also mark 1/2 inch this side. So like I said earlier that I'm going to cut it into 2. So I have marked the middle, which is 4 inches. That's the middle. So I'm going to cut it from that middle. But I'm going to connect the 1/2 inch to that 4 inches point now. Just place your ruler this way when you are doing yours and connect it. So I will turn to this side and also connect it. So now I'm going to cut it off. Now I'm going to use this side to shape here. First, I'm going to measure 1/2 inch on the both sides. Then I will fold it over this way and use it to shape it. So now I'm going to cut it off. So this is it now. I will keep it aside. So now I'm going to sew the pocket. I'm just going to place it on the lining this way. Then I will stitch it round. I will stitch both the leather and the lining together. So after stitching it, now I'm going to tape one side, this side, with my belt. You can use your bias. So now I'm going to sew it to one of the bodies, the front body. You place it there, but first you have to notch the midpoint for you to get it perfectly positioned. You notch the midpoint this way. You also notch the midpoint of the pocket. So now I'm going to place it on the front body, front leather, and sew it round. You make sure that the two notch points are together. So now I will arrange it and sew. So now this is what I have now. This is our pocket. So I'm going to trim off this part. You use the front leather to trim the pocket leather. So this is the final result. So the next thing now is to pipe it round. So I start my piping from the down part. Just put your piping cord, and this is optional. If you don't want to pipe it, fine, but I'm going to pipe mine. So you place it on your lining and sew it together with your lining. Okay, now this is what I have now after piping it round. So I'm going to also pipe the back leather the way I pipe the front leather. So I will keep this aside and pipe the back leather now. So I'm done with the back leather now. This is the two, both the front and the back leather, they are all piped round. So now I'm going to sew my 3 inches belt. I'll put it in my D-ring this way. Make sure you arrange it well. So after arranging it, I will sew it down. Now I'm going to pick the back leather, which is this one now. I'm going to sew my D-ring to it. So I'll pick the D-ring. I'll place it from the down part. I will go up by 1 inch. Then I'll place it on my back leather this way. You see the way I did it. Then the next thing now is to sew it. So after sewing the D-ring, this is what I have. So I'm keeping it aside. I will also keep this aside. So the next thing we are going to do now is to sew the belt. First, I'm going to cut this leather into two, like I said earlier. So you make sure that it's equal before you cut. So I'm cutting it now. So guys, this is where I'm going to end this tutorial today. The next tutorial is going to be the concluding part of this cross bag. So thank you for watching to this extent. If you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so to support me. Like my videos and share my videos. And if you have any question, drop it in the comment section. Thank you and God bless you all.